Hey Rugs, the Soberdog coming at ya. Yeah. Today's video, 10 benefits of 12-step programs, AA, NA, HA, CA. That's Alcoholics Anonymous, Heroin Anonymous, Cocaine Anonymous, whatever it may be. Gambling Anonymous. If you like my content, if you got something out of it, hit that like, that subscribe, turn the notifications on, help me out, trying to get more content out there, trying to build the Soberdogs network, and I'd really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. Benefit 1 of 12-step meetings is meeting others who suffer from the same disease I have. Addiction is a disease, classified as a disease by doctors and scientists and the Medical Association. Addiction is very complicated, plain and simple. So meeting other people who have been there, who have been through it, who have suffered what I suffered, who understand, the craziness of my brain and the craving of drugs and alcohol, it helps a lot. I could relate to them. They could talk to me. I could talk to them. They could talk to me. So that's a huge benefit. Number 2, hearing other people's experience, strength, and hope. That's what they call it in meetings. The benefit of this, you don't want to compare so much as relate. I could hear somebody who didn't grow up where I grew up, didn't use the same drugs I used, and had a whole different life than I did. But one or two things they say just really hit home with me, and I could relate to that, and we could, understand each other on that level. So that deep understanding is really a huge positive. My family asks me a lot of times, why wouldn't you come to us first if you were having a real bad craving? And I say respectfully, you guys don't get it. They're not addicts, they never have been, or alcoholics, so they don't understand what it's like to be paralyzed by a heroin or cocaine craving. Number 3, which kind of builds into number 1, is create a support network. All those people you're meeting, that you're hearing that experience from, that you're relating to, these people become your friends, your support network. You could lean on them. They lean on you in tough times. I had to put my dog down earlier this year, and anyone who knows me, animals are a huge part of my life. My dogs are my best friends. So this was a huge deal. I had 5 different people from 12-step meetings offer to come with me right to the vet to put the dog down, offer to come to my house right after, pick me up, just to be there to support and make sure, afterwards I didn't run out and go drink or get high. This support network is just unbelievable. Every time I'm at a meeting, I hear about, hey, 8 of us are going to the hospital to see so-and-so. 10 of us are going to so-and-so's house because they need work done. Just people, this community helps each other out. Number 4, positive, safe place to go, where you're not going to get, people aren't going to ask you to get high, ask you to drink, ask you to do drugs, especially in early recovery. It's minute by minute. You might see somebody, I know I was 7, 8, 10 days sober. I'm literally sitting on the couch, like squeezing, white knuckling it. I mean, getting through 10 minutes without a craving was a miracle. So going to a meeting and knowing, I get there 10 minutes early, I stay 10 minutes late. That's an hour and 20 minutes. I'm somewhere safe where I feel comfortable with people who know me, who know what I'm going through. So that feeling of a safe place is a really big benefit in early sobriety. I know some people that will go to the meeting building at 8, 9 a.m. and they'll stay there till 8, 9 p.m. for their first month of sobriety just because they don't want to be at their house or their neighborhoods where drugs and alcohol are everywhere. They're trying to build a little bit of a foundation, get a little time under their belt. So when they do get that first real bad experience where someone comes up with drugs, they're a little bit more centered and secure. But during that time, they want to be at a safe place. So, that's what they do to stay clean and sober. They stay there. Number 5, the camaraderie and the fellowship of the 12-step meetings. When somebody in a meeting asks me how I am, they really want to know. You know, if a lot of people who know me there, if I walk in, they say, "Hey, Kyle, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm fine, thanks." that answer doesn't fly with a lot of them. Now, they're not going to press, they respect boundaries and space, but they'll say, hey, what's going on? And they really want to know what's going on, and vice versa. If I ask somebody and I get an answer that's, and I know that person better, hey, what's going on? Can I help you? So that kind of camaraderie or fellowship is just unparalleled. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Number 6, it's free. Meetings, AA, NA, all those, they're free. They hand a basket around, and if you have the money to put $1 or $2 in, that's recommended, but it's not a requirement at all. I know people that have gone for years and never put $1 in, or they can't afford it, and that's fine, so it's free, completely free. You're getting an hour of therapy however many times you want. You can go 10 times a day for pretty much free. For me, I call it $1 a day, and it's the best investment I've ever made. So you really can't beat that. Number 7, this is kind of a saying, but it's take what you leave and leave the rest. You hear that a lot of times. What that means is you can go to a meeting and you might hear 30 minutes of stuff that you don't really understand or can't relate to, or maybe that's not your situation. And then you hear 10 minutes of something that just hit home with you. You understand it. That's fine. You take what you leave and you could leave the rest. I hear this and that are great things I'm going to do, I'm going to try, and that don't really pertain to me, so I don't have to worry about it. It's not like school where you got to do problems 1 through 30 and you got to do it exactly as the teacher says. No, you could, relate and talk to people, and that's this person I relate to and I could talk to them, and that person I don't really relate to, I'm going to be nice to them, but I don't have to talk to them. So it's, take what you need and leave the rest. Number 8, find and meet a sponsor. Hopefully after you go to a bunch of meetings and you're there for some time, you could meet somebody to be your sponsor and they could take you through the steps. Going through the steps is a big part of the program. It's very important, and it's a huge part of a lot of people's sobriety. Ask somebody who's involved and they will tell you the steps change their life. And I'll get to, why they change people's lives in a minute. Number 9, this is, right into it with the steps. Going through the steps really changes people's lives, and here's why. Step 1 through 3 is about admitting your problem, understanding your problem, and finding out your level of control over your problem. Steps 4 through 6 are about internal cleaning, cleaning out your brain, your house of, resentments and past mistakes and things that really bother you, traumas, going through them and coming to terms with them in a positive way. Steps 7 through 9 are about, making amends, kind of so-called cleaning the outside of the house, making amends and stuff for mistakes you've made where you've hurt people or wronged people, rebuilding relationships, things like that. And steps 10 through 12 are about maintaining that positive, spiritual condition on a daily basis, and then passing the message and helping others. So after you go through those, all 12, it changes you as a person. It makes you stronger. You go through stuff that really bothers you. I think many people just in general could benefit from the program. I've brought friends and family who aren't addicts or alcoholics, and they say, wow, this could benefit me, just because you go through and I think we all have baggage that kind of nags us. So going through and understanding that and coming to terms with it really helps people. Number 10, the kind of the biggest takeaway from the AA community and everything to do with it is just the recharging feeling. When I go to a meeting and outside in the world, on my way driving there, I'm hearing, politics and screw this person and the president sucks or the president's great and, shooting here and there's just so much turmoil and people yelling. And then I get there and it's just people taking care of each other, helping each other out. And it recharges my batteries. It just kind of gives me a benefit to, have faith in humanity again. Every time I go to a meeting, every time, whether it's a great one or just an okay one, I leave in a better mood. So it just really recharges me for the day, for the next couple days. It just gets me going. I went to a funeral the other day at church, and the priest said, one of the reasons people go to Mass on Sundays is to recharge themselves spiritually for the week, to get in the mood of, positive spirituality for the week. And to me, that's the same for a meeting. It's recharging me to be nice, be kind, help others, and pass the message and try to help other people recovering, for the week. But I go to more than just one meeting a week, but, it just really helps me out. So those are the benefits of 12-step programs. I'm a big advocate for them. I think they could really help. And don't be too, worried about people go in there. When I first went in there, I heard the word God and I got freaked out because I wasn't super religious. I'm going to have a video coming out on that. Don't get too worried or freaked out about that. All right, everyone, appreciate it. Watch some Soberdogs videos. I'm really trying to help anybody out there who needs, that positive pump up for the day. All right, see ya.